Hey everybody, Driftless Fishing here, back with another video. I know it's been quite a while actually, and I'm sorry for that, but it's been a few months I think. I've gotten out fishing a few times, haven't had a ton of luck up until recently. February, man, has been absolutely gorgeous though. We have had 50 and 60 degree, 50 and, sorry, I'm just excited to be out filming again and getting fishing. 50 and 60 degree days in February in Wisconsin. Like, there is no snow anywhere around, and it's the end of the month in February. Typically we are having 20-30 degree weather, and it's just like a foot and a half of snow. Like, it's wild. I have been out trout fishing 5 times this year already, and it has been gorgeous. We have had some good luck, me and my buddy Zach. We've had some great luck. This video is clips from just the end of January and the beginning of February, which this year has been a really hard year for me. I've been having a lot of personal struggles, and fishing has just been my escape so far, you know. So it's just been a great month to get out. It has been a great year to be outside. It's been awesome, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This time we are focusing a little bit more on where to target trout, so hopefully it's a little bit more educational. I know it's still very crude and elementary, but I hope it helps some of you guys out, and I hope you guys like the video. And yeah, just hope you guys are having as good a weather as we have been having, and hope you guys have been having a better month than me. So Driftless out. So right here, guys, as you can see up there, there's a rock sticking out of the water with a good amount of current flowing by it. Now what that creates is an eddy behind the rock where fish will hide and sit and wait for the current to bring them food. This trout that I caught, pretty nice sized one, PR of the year, first trout of the year, so makes sense. But was hiding behind that rock, and I watched him follow that lure all the way in. Casting behind rocks and in the eddies and just deeper holes is always going to provide you fish. Now here, there's a log jam up there with a bunch of rocks sticking out. By those rocks, it's typically pretty deep because of the increased current from the log jam. So you're going to want to cast right up into that stuff, especially if you have waders and you can go get your lure if you get stuck. That's what I did. Of course, just a little guy, but there is a fish there nonetheless, looking for rocks, stumps, log jams, anything that's going to cause eddies or deep holes, or really just increase or even restrict the flow of water. Anything where there's a change in the flow or the cover that the trout can hide behind. Now here is a little bit deceiving. There is no cover, right? You can see this current up there, but the deep hole's further up there too. That's where the trout are really unique. They're always on the move. They're always feeding. That's why it's so important to fish everything when you're trout fishing, because you never know when you're gonna get a trout. This one was just meandering by, or there could have been some sort of structure under the water that I couldn't see. Here is a gravy spot, incredibly deep. There's an overhanging bank with a log jam and a ton of current going into it. I should have been able to pull off a few fish from that spot, and look at the bite that was taken out of that guy. Here is my favorite types of spots to fish. Ton of current, 2 eddies on either side of the current coming in, and you can just see the creek widens incredibly right here. It gets deep. Right where that tail end of the current is actually over my head, and I'm 6'4", so I'm a pretty tall guy. For a creek of this size to get that deep, there's only a few holes in the entire creek that get that deep that I have found. And in every single one of them, I have caught fish. In these deeper holes with current and eddies, just cast right across the current into the eddies and bring the lure parallel with the current, or even perpendicular to the current. Either way works great. You're gonna hook into fish, I promise you. And I use spinners, and I'll get into that more in a different video, but you can even see how much the creek bends here. Like, you can see how much water has to flow and move so quickly. It has to cut off deep spots. Up here, once again, on the right side of the bank, there's an overhanging ledge with a ton of rocks and a deep hole. Lots of current flowing into it. And like, when I say deep, I don't even mean 6 feet deep over your head, 10 feet deep. I'm talking 3 or 4 feet deep. Like, you can see where I'm standing in 4 inches of water at most. All it takes is a drop-off. All it takes is a drop-off in current and cover. Cover is key. Unfortunately, ended up dropping this guy, but he swam off just fine, so I hope he was okay. And the amount of, like, just cover is so key. Overhanging ledges, rocks, stumps, deep holes where they can hide. Here, that bank, you can see there's rocks along that left shore, and you can see it's another bend. That typically is where the channel of the creek is going to be. I ended up losing the first fish, but I figured I'd take a few more casts here because it looked so good. And wham, another trout on. As I said, cover, guys. Look for cover. But it's really important that you also fish everything. If you're just going out and you want to catch fish, just go fish the deep holes. But if you're trying a new creek or you're new to trout fishing and you really want to get that full experience in there, fish everything, target the cover, as I've been saying, rocks, stumps, log jams, deep holes. Deep holes are my favorite with current coming into it, eddies. And typically you want rapids, but you don't want rapids that are so fast you can't fish them. Like there's a good medium there. This is a pretty slow moving creek that I was fishing, but it has a lot of really good gravy spots. And as you can see, caught quite a bit of fish out of it on just 1 or 2 trips, you know, and this isn't even everything. So like I said, just look for cover, guys. And this is my Fish Brain account if you guys want to find me on there, and here's my Instagram account. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it a little bit educational and maybe it can help you get into trout fishing. If you guys have questions, feel free to leave a comment or message me on Instagram or Fishbrain. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Driftless out. Good luck next time you go fishing.